Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. The government of Saskatchewan is hoping to put the brakes on impaired drivers. It announced today it is considering changes to the Traffic Safety Act, which would result in greater penalties if a driver fails a roadside breath test. The changes include an immediate license suspension, vehicle impoundment, mandatory ignition interlock, impaired education courses, as well as demerit points. These penalties would be implemented at the discretion of the individual police officers. The province says, if approved, these measures would give police additional tools to hold impaired drivers accountable and remove them from the road quicker.
These changes will allow for the officers to use administrative penalties for 0.08 and make sure that the sanctions are swift, severe, but also get those officers back doing frontline policing duties much quicker.
The province says after consultation with stakeholders, it plans to introduce this legislation in the fall. The Prince Albert Police Service is investigating an assault and dangerous driving incident on Friday morning. Officers were called to a business in the 2700 block of 15th Avenue East shortly after 2 a.m. for reports of a man pointing a firearm at another man, but they had already fled. Video surveillance showed the suspect leaving in a vehicle and nobody was seriously injured in the fight. Just before 3 a.m., police located the suspect vehicle in the area of the initial fight. The vehicle fled from police on 15th Avenue before colliding with a home in the 1400 block of 4th Street East. The occupants of the home were not injured, but the property was damaged significantly. 2 women were arrested while a male suspect was not located. A 20-year-old and 21-year-old woman face firearm and dangerous driving charges and are scheduled to appear in provincial court today. A traffic stop on Friday afternoon in Corman Park led to a significant drug and weapon seizure. Corman Park police stopped a black GMC on Highway 16 Friday afternoon near Township Road 374. The officer noticed an infant child not properly secured in her car seat and offered to help. The officer located an apparent firearm and machete in plain view in the back seat. A further search of the vehicle led to the recovery of a large quantity of cannabis and unstamped tobacco. The male occupant was arrested and is set to appear in provincial court on possession charges. Wildfire smoke is causing poor air quality in northern Saskatchewan. An alert has been issued for most of the north, including Prince Albert National Park, and includes communities between the Alberta and Manitoba border up toward the Northwest Territories. The province of Saskatchewan says the smoke is expected to remain in the area until midweek and is advising people to limit their time outdoors and keep their windows closed. Anyone with underlying lung issues or health issues should take extra precautions. As of earlier today, there are 62 active wildfires burning in the province. Environment Canada has confirmed a tornado touchdown just north of Yorkton on Sunday. This was shot near Pelly. Environment Canada says it reached the ground a little after 6 p.m. Sunday evening. The Weather Service and Northern Tornadoes Project are investigating further. Reports of a second possible tornado near Stornoway have yet to be confirmed by Environment Canada. Severe thunderstorms developing across the province over the weekend. In Regina, localized flooding due to heavy rainfall on Saturday afternoon. Some streets, the water was as high as knee-deep. City officials are advising residents not to enter large puddles. One car was left stranded under the bridge.
By that green pole over there, it's up to my waist. We had one kid try to come through, totaled his car. I helped push it out down the street, and as soon as he opened his door, you couldn't see his pedals. There was so much flood water in there.
That severe weather over the weekend causing fences to be blown over and lots of issues with flooding in neighborhood basements. Well, Jeff, have you been rained on yet in this deluge of water coming down from the skies?
I've been pretty lucky that even when it's been raining, I've been able to like scooch into a car and get rolling. But yes, we've had ourselves. Look, Saturday wasn't as nasty as we thought it was going to be, and so that was just a bit of a reprieve because then things became very wet Saturday evening and then into Sunday, and of course we're dealing with it today. And it's not a shock. We talked about this blocking, this Rex block, this big blocking high. The stopping these storms from making their usual west to east track. So they just come up from the States and they just cycle around, and it has really been impacting the prairie provinces, and we'll talk more about when it might stop later on.
The City of Saskatoon and Muskeg Lake Cree Nation have officially agreed to begin negotiations on a potential partnership for the downtown arena, convention center, and entertainment district. Saskatoon Mayor Cynthia Block and Muskeg Lake Cree Nation Chief Kelly Wolf signed a memorandum of understanding this morning. The non-binding agreement outlines shared goals, intentions, and a framework for a potential future partnership. Block and Wolf say the partnership could benefit both communities and future generations.
We're looking long-term and looking at the economic development, prosperity of all our citizens, because we too have citizens here in the city, and we know that everyone will prosper for this.
We must make sure that Saskatoon can compete, and I think we're ready to lead it in a unique way that is going to be for all people, and that makes me very excited.
As negotiations move forward, any decisions involving finances, governance, or land will require City Council approval. City administration will also report back to Council at least every 2 months throughout the process. A mother and her 6 young were lucky ducks after being rescued from a storm sewer in downtown Saskatoon. It turned a routine workday into a memorable rescue for the workers. The ducklings slipped through this grate and into a pipe connecting 2 storm sewer drains. City workers saw a few people gathered on the road and circled around to help out. The workers quickly opened the grate and carefully lifted the ducklings out one by one while the mother stayed close. It was a race against time, though, because they could have gotten into the main line and washed farther into the drain system.
We didn't know exactly what was going on at first. We just wanted to make sure everything was okay, like nobody was in trouble or anything. So, and then it turned out that it was ducks in the sewer, so it was our department, so it kind of worked out actually.
It was just a good feel, it was a good moment. I'm a big softie for animals, so I was happy to help out. So it was good. Made the day go by quick. And actually 3 days later,
the family of ducks waddled away towards City Hall together with cheers from bystanders. After the break, a restoration project marks 80 years of a Regina aviation company. Wayne Mantica has more on a government plane from the 1950s. One of the original Saskatchewan government air ambulance planes from the 1950s has returned to its former base in Regina. The plane has been completely restored and arrived to mark the 80th anniversary of a Regina aviation company. Wayne Mantica reports.
This vintage Cessna 195 flew hundreds of life-saving missions throughout Saskatchewan in the 1950s and 60s. Later, it ended up derelict in Alberta until purchased for restoration.
And with it came all of the spare parts from the Saskatchewan Air Ambulance Service, and this airplane was wrecked, but it was all the parts were there.
The aviation enthusiast spent 30 years rebuilding the plane in his spare time. The aircraft flew back to its former Regina hangar on the weekend, now occupied by Prairie Flying Service.
That flew for the Saskatchewan Air Ambulance back in the 50s. So it is the first time it's come home since that period of time.
Saskatchewan's Air Ambulance Service was founded by the Douglas government in 1948 to bring emergency assistance to rural and remote areas.
They have never lost a patient or a crew member due to an accident. They were doing what STARS does 70 years ago. It's amazing.
The return of the air ambulance was part of a celebration marking the 80th anniversary of Prairie Flying Service.
My father was one of the founders. They started their business in 1946. I came on the scene in 1953 and was actually a pilot here starting in the early 70s.
The anniversary celebration was marked by a torrential downpour. Jeffrey Straker was performing for guests when water began gushing in.
It got a foot from the stage, so that was pretty intense. I've never seen anything like this, and I've made music as my full-time living. I've toured for 19 years, and I have never seen this. So,
guests scrambled to push back the flow.
To have a torrential downpour like that, I don't know what that means for an 80th anniversary, but it must be something for one way for us to end our celebration today.
It's proof that an 80-year-old company can weather the storm. Wayne Mantica, CTV News, Regina.
The city of Saskatoon's Pride Parade drew thousands to the downtown core on Sunday, with CTV News taking part. While it was a day to celebrate, it always hasn't been the case. Hallie Mandrick on what Pride celebrations were like before the parade.
Pride in Saskatoon was not always the colorful parade that it looks like now. Bruce Garman remembers when Pride was limited to one building.
And back in those days, if you had an identity as being a homosexual, as being a lesbian, that was a medical or a criminal identity, and that was that.
The Zodiac Friendship Society, one of Saskatoon's first official organizations for LGBTQ2S+ people, was created in 1972, and the following year, it found a home called the Gemini Club. Garman says it was one of the few spaces where those in the community could feel safe.
There were many people who were thrown out of their homes. Often people came to their true nature after they were married. Marriages ended. They were kept from seeing their children. I mean, it was a grim time.
Now, more than 5 decades after the inception of one of the first public safe spaces for LGBTQ2S+ people, the annual Pride Parade has grown into an event that draws thousands of people to Saskatoon's downtown. And the community's next generation hasn't forgotten its roots.
I think it matters so much to know where we are coming from and what we are building towards, and to see that people have been able to thrive under things that have been rough, and that our community is truly a family.
The co-chair of Saskatoon Pride says the parade serves as an annual reminder that visibility can make a big difference for those who are feeling alone.
A lot of the time it is rough to be trans in Saskatchewan, but there's such a huge community of queer folks and allies that are here for us. And it's beautiful to see how much love we have in this city.
Garman adding that his first time watching the parade was an emotional experience.
I stood by the Besborough and the parade went by, and I just welled with pride looking at those young people and thinking, when I was their age, there was nothing. And I'm one of the people who helped create something for them. So it makes me want to cry. It's awesome.
Hallie Mandrick, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Jeff and the wet weather forecast are going to be coming up next. Plus, follow these directions if you come into contact with bats. All right, Jeff, are any of the plants in your garden sort of screaming for mercy or begging for a little bit of a reprieve from this rain, or are they all just taking it?
You know what? I'm not Dr. Doodle of plants, but maybe you are. But ultimately, I think they probably could use a little sunshine so they can actually do some growing. Because right now they've got plenty of water, and this is pretty much true of the entire province. It hasn't been a steady downpour for the entire province, but it has been a steady phenomenon starting on Saturday, making its way through to today. And it doesn't look like it's going anywhere soon. This system, as I mentioned earlier on, there's a high pressure area up in Hudson Bay that's acting like a blocker, and these systems can't move in their usual west to east fashion, so they just come up from the States and just sort of hang around and cycle around until they've dumped all their rain. And of course the intensity is there, so we could have some tornadic activity, some possible hail. Yes, so all those things come into play now. Just keep your eye on Manitoba and parts of east central Saskatchewan. This system is really pretty potent and kind of ugly, so right now it's looking like it's bringing a lot on the backhand side. It mostly starts in Manitoba, but then really circles around because that low slides up through central Manitoba, and on the backhand side it's really impacting Saskatchewan. So for the overnight, for the Spiritwood area, 13 degrees with showers, possibly some rain in there will be showers in the Battlefords. Candle Lake also throwing in a possibility of a thunderstorm. That's true in the Melfort area. 15 degrees for the overnight temperature in Candle Lake. Birch Hills, rain and 15 degrees. Ditto that for Rostern. 16 degrees in Nipawin, and then we've got ourselves partly cloudy skies, but it comes with rain. rain and a chance of a possible risk, rather, I should say, of a thunderstorm. 14 the overnight temperature. Rolling into tomorrow, widespread rain throughout the Lakeland region. 18 degrees with rain in Spiritwood. The Battleford's 20 degrees. We're looking at 18 for the Candle Lake region, 17 for Birch Hills, 18 for Roster. Nipawin and Melfort both expecting rain, and 17 degrees for a high. Here we go with Prince Albert and area. So as you can see, a possibility of some showers and thunderstorms in the Prince Albert area. 15 degrees the temperature there. Then 10 to 15 millimeters of rain is still anticipated tomorrow. And this is tomorrow afternoon. Then things will sort of back off a little bit. But tomorrow night, there may be an additional 5 to 10 millimeters of rain. As you can see, winds out of the north, 20 gusting to 40. And then as we make our way into Wednesday, things start to calm down a little bit. Cloudy on Thursday, 21 degrees, a little bit below seasonal. And temperatures are actually warming up as we head into Sunday, getting up to 26 degrees. But look at Friday, 22 degrees, but it comes with a 70% chance of showers and a risk of a thunderstorm, a slight chance of showers on Saturday. So right now, let's take a second look there at Canada Day. A 40% chance of showers. Hopefully it's in the morning and gets out of the way, and then we can have ourselves some decent sky conditions for fireworks and things like that. Or, you know, just celebrations throughout Canada Day.
No, I agree with you on that one. Nothing worse than having sort of wet socks and trying to enjoy an outdoor event. So just like Lieutenant Dan says, always carry extra socks.
Thanks. Thank you. Nice little throwback there to
you remember
Forrest Gump. Yeah,
there you go. Okay, Jeff. Well, 3 Raiders had their names called at the 2026 NHL entry draft in Buffalo, including the top defenseman taken off the board.
The Buffalo Sabres are proud to select from the Prince Albert Raiders, Daxon Rudolph.
Daxon Rudolph.
Yes.
Rudolph led the team in scoring last season with 78 points. Then in the playoffs, he finished with 27 points in 27 games. In the third round, the Detroit Red Wings picked goaltender Mikhail Orshilak 79th overall. He led the WHL playoffs with 3 shutouts and had the best goals against average in the regular season. Forward Jonah Sievertson was taken by the Vegas Golden Knights in the 4th round, 113th overall. So in addition to the 3 Raiders, 5 more with Saskatchewan connections heard their names called. Regina Pats forward Zach Lansard went to the Stanley Cup champion Carolina Hurricanes with the 68th overall selection. Saskatoon Blades Zach Olsen was taken 73rd by Toronto. Beckett Hamilton of Humboldt was chosen 74th by Colorado. 2 more Blades, Braden Klimke going to Montreal at 117th overall, followed by Cooper Williams in the 5th round to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Despite their first loss of the season on Friday night, 2 Saskatchewan Roughriders rookies fulfilled a lifelong dream, including one who grew up cheering for the Riders. Donovan Mace has more.
For Daniel Wiebe, wearing the green and white is everything he fantasized about as a kid in Rosetown. But finding the end zone in his first career CFL game is a dream come true.
I've been dreaming of these moments since a kid, and to be able to do it with the Riders, it means everything. Being a hometown kid, so yeah, extremely exciting.
The University of Saskatchewan product thrust into action to replace an injured Sam Emilis.
Wiebe stepping up.
While he only made 2 catches, he made them count, providing a much-needed boost to a banged-up Riders offense.
It's kind of everything I imagined and more at the same time. It still hasn't really set in. It's kind of crazy to just be thinking about.
We know what that means to that kid and what it means to us, honestly. He just works his tail off. You know, he sparked and gave us some juice.
Riders rookies making an impact all over the field. Eli Conley also playing in his first CFL game, also finding the end zone for his first career touchdown.
Just grateful. I'm just glad I'm here and excited. There's always somebody that wished they was in my position, and I feel like I'm grateful that I'm just here playing football.
Making the moments count with the lights at their brightest.
Mims did a great job. Daniel Wiebe, stud, as we talked about in training camp. You know, Q did a great job in the backfield, had some explosive runs, and got a nice touchdown there.
I want to be helping out the team as much as I possibly can, and to be able to be putting points on the board means a lot. It takes everyone. You know, that doesn't happen without the other guys doing their job.
Donovan Mace, CTV News, Regina.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
The Canadian Medical Association is urging people to seek immediate medical attention if they come into physical contact with a bat. A new study evaluates the case of an 11-year-old boy who died from rabies nearly 2 years ago. The child came into contact with a bat at a cabin in Northern Ontario, but since he didn't have bites or scratches, his parents didn't take him to a doctor. Doctors say treatment is nearly 100% effective, but it needs to be given right after exposure. Once the symptoms appear, there's no treatment for the disease. All right, Jeff, time to get a little bit of, well, maybe a singing voice. I don't know what this is exactly considered, but city fountains became impromptu rehearsal spaces as yodelers at a festival in Switzerland squeezed in some last-minute practice. The city of Basil. What does it all mean, Basil? Where the festival was this year battling record temperatures of around 39 Celsius from Friday to Sunday. Singers and musicians filled the streets with spontaneous bursts of yodeling echoing throughout restaurants. About 12,000 of them and nearly 200,000 performers. Let me say that again. Nearly 12,000 performers, nearly 200,000 visitors come for the festival held in the northwestern Swiss city. And Jeff, it was the first time since 1924, so you better believe everybody was making up for lost time there. That looked like Alex Ovechkin in the pool at the after the Stanley Cup win. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Same level of fun.